Hey family, here is a list of Florida data by county. The left side is demographic data. The right side is home buying data. I split the data into 5 different sections, with each section having a main county of 1 million plus people and smaller counties within an hour with less than 1 million population. The main counties are Duval County, with its main city being Jacksonville. Then we have Central East, with Orange County, with the main city being Orlando. Then we're going to have the Center West, Hillsborough County, with its main city being Tampa. In the Southeast, Miami-Dade County, with its main city being Miami. And then we have the Southwest, which is Lee. It's a little bit less than 1 million, but we're going to have Cape Coral and Naples. We're going to combine them together to be one big main hub down in the southwest of Florida. This list includes about 1/3 of the counties in the state, so about 20 counties out of a total of 67 counties in the state of Florida. All the other counties are just a little bit too small to be able to include in this list. Honorable mention is Leon County. I did do their data, even though they are less than the 1 million. They are kind of like the hub for the northwest of Florida. I just love Leon County. It's my hometown. It's where I was born. Spent many years there. I went to college there. It's about 2.5 hours from a major city that has 1 million plus people, but it's the capital of Florida. Has 3 universities. There's no growth happening there, but it's my favorite city in the state. So I just go to that county anytime I'm trying to look at some data, even if it's not as relevant as the others. All right. So my favorite categories up here are going to be diversity percentage, degree plus, which is going to be diversity percentage. I'll start with that one. That's going to be the percentage of people that are not in the majority when it comes to culture. So it's going to be blacks, Hispanics, Asians, etc. I love that statistic, especially when it's over 50%. Degree is going to be the percentage of people that have either a graduate or a bachelor's degree in that county, the percentage of those people. And we're also going to have my other favorite category is going to be this 2024, which is going to be the median home price in that county as of 2024. 2023 is going to be the median as of 2023. Median as of 2022 is going to be this one. And then I have 1 year appreciation from 2024, and then 2 year appreciation going from 2022 to 2024. A couple other categories we're going to have in here. We're going to have population. We're going to have the growth, density. The smaller number in density is going to mean that there's going to be more space per person. While the higher the number is going to mean that there's going to be a lot more people crammed into a city. The growth percentage, that's going to be how many people have grown since 2020. So from 2020 to 2024, the percentage of people that have grown into the city. The age is going to be the median age in that city or county. The income is going to be the median household income. Diversity, we went over that. And then crime, this is going to be the number of crimes per 100,000. A good stat for this is normally underneath 2,000. And I also put in greens kind of some of the good stats that are out there too. So for example, Duval County, over 1 million population. In this situation, that's going to be considered good because I'm doing this from a buyer's perspective. What would a buyer potentially want the most of? They could potentially want a lot of space and area, but I'm just using that as good for population. For growth, I'm using 15% plus population as green. For density, I'm using less than 500 people per square mile as green. For age, I'm using less than 35. And I like having a younger city. It's more vibrant. Income over 70,000 per household as green. Diversity greater than 50% minority. Crime less than 3,000 per 100,000. Degree plus, so 40% plus having a bachelor's degree or higher in that county. Owning a home, percent owned is going to be owning a home. I put that at 75% plus owning a home in that place, in that county. Days on market, 65 or higher. That means that buyers get to have, buyers get more control of the market when the homes are on the market for a longer period of time. So I did it for over 65 days. Dollar per square feet, $200 per square feet or less. That means you're getting more bang for your buck. And then for 2024, median home prices that are less than $325,000. The same goes for 2023, 2022. I just didn't highlight those because the main year is going to be 2024, the year we're in right now. And 1 year appreciation, I'm looking for over 10% is going to be something I really care about, which only down here in the Southeast they have that. So I'll start off with the Northeast. I kind of branded these together in different sections. So I have the Northeast, which is going to be the Duval County area, Jacksonville, and the kind of surrounding county right next to it. Gainesville seems as if it's far as if it's a different area, but it's actually only about an hour from Jacksonville. And so I included it in that North Florida, Northeast area. Center East, that's going to be led by Orlando, Orange, et cetera, et cetera. I'll get to the rest of those after I finish in the Northeast. So I'll start off with the main county, which is going to be Duval County, aka Jacksonville. This county excels with diversity and having a low price point. The price point is $325,000 when it comes to people trying to buy a home. The median house is being sold at $325,000, which is lower than the Florida and the U.S. average. When I average the surrounding counties down here, we're able to see that they are excelling in low density, which means that a lot of the area around Jacksonville is not going to be built up with people. Duval County is built up with people. It has very high density, but all the other surrounding counties don't have as much high density of people. And it also has decent income per household. So in that area around Jacksonville is decent income in comparison to the state of Florida on average. The Center East, we're going to be looking at Orange County, Orlando as a main hub. They are excelling at having a very young population, average age of 35, with decent income, 72K, diversity as well. That diversity is even higher than Jacksonville, and Duval County, Jacksonville has good diversity. So there are 63% minorities in Orange County, while also being very diverse. So, I mean, I just love Orange County. I love the Central Florida area for all those reasons. They just kind of, anytime I go there, I just feel as if I'm at home. It is home for me. I did graduate high school there, and I went to middle school in that area too, more in Seminole County, but I spent a lot of time over in Orange County as well. So that's going to be Orange County. And then when we look at the surrounding counties down here for Orange County, which is going to be Seminole, Osceola, Lake, Brevard, Volusia, if we average all those out in that Center East area, the income is going to be decent over here. So $69K for the income. But no other stats are really making this stand out too much when we're looking at the surrounding area of Orlando. It's kind of like Orlando is the big major hub. We have Kissimmee, which is growing and getting bigger. Seminole County is kind of staying flat right here at 4%. But Osceola, Kissimmee is 15% growth since 2020. Lake County, main city Claremont is 13% growth. So they have some areas that are growing around it, and some things that are happening. But overall, it's not too hot for many of the places around center Orange County, especially on the eastern end. It's mainly going to be western side of Orange County, western/north, that is growing a decent amount right now. All right, we're going to have the Center West, which is going to be led by Hillsborough, which is going to be Tampa is going to be a main city in Hillsborough County. This excels at income, diversity, and having low crime. They have the lowest crime out of all the other places in the big cities besides in the Southwest. Tampa average with the surrounding area. So we're going to average Tampa with Pinellas, Pasco, Polk, Manatee, Sarasota. That's kind of Tampa's surrounding area. We see that it has some of the best crime ratings out there. It's got some really big counties too. Some of the bigger counties besides the Southeast area. But it also has the oldest people. It has a median age of about 46. And it's also the least diverse, which kind of kills me. Tampa Hillsborough is diverse. It's not crazy diverse, but it's decently diverse, 54% minority. But on average, if you average out all these different surrounding areas, it comes out to 35% diversity when it comes to this area. So overall, as a whole, lower crime, not that diverse, mid-income, higher age, and then the home prices are going to be slightly lower than the average for the state of Florida. Southeast is going to be the Miami-Dade area. This is the kind of, when people think about Florida and they're not from Florida, they're mainly thinking more about this Miami area, which is kind of like an offshoot. It's not very really indicative of the rest of Florida. But hey, they have a giant population. I mean, these other counties, which are considered big counties, may have 1 million. When it comes to their population, 1.5 million at most. Miami-Dade has 2 counties over 2 million population, and a third one nearby that's 1.5 million population, all within 1 hour of each other. They're also the most diverse county, so almost every single area around here has extreme diversity. I mean, Miami-Dade County is 87% minority, which is absolutely insane. In a good way, in my opinion. I love being out there because I feel like I'm at home too. It's just pretty far away from Central Florida and Western Florida. But overall, it's going to have some of the highest price points too. Especially looking at an average, $475K for an average for all the surrounding counties. Looking at Miami-Dade, $540K for the median home price. And it's extremely dense too. I mean, 1,400, 1,600 for Broward, average out 1,100 over all different counties in that Miami-Dade area. So if you like being on top of other people, when it comes to, people living next to you, not having that much space when it comes to yard, or not even having a yard at all, Miami-Dade is going to be very dense. You're going to be next to a lot of people, a lot of activities are happening. There's a lot going on here. When it comes to the age is just so-so. It's right in the middle. Income is actually not as high as the income, which gives you a big disparity between the home prices. The median average being at $475, which is higher than the state of Florida and the U.S., but the income is not nowhere near where it needs to be at to be able to stay up there with that actual purchase price amount. Diversity, very high diversity. Crime is actually not as high. The city of Miami-Dade has higher crime, but overall it's just mid-crime. Just to give a perspective, like England is at like 8.1, 8.2. There's a lot of other cities that have a lot higher crime numbers, and being at 3.2 is not that bad. Degrees, whatever. I like it at 40 plus for degrees, having graduate degrees or bachelor degrees in the county. They have Palm Beach, which is pretty much there, but the rest of them not too much. And then percent ownership, St. Lucie has a high percent ownership. Otherwise, everyone else is renting in these different counties. Close to 50% of Miami-Dade are renting. And they have a lot of homes for sale. So if you got some high cash, you want to buy a home in Miami, there's a lot of options down there. And last but not least, Southwest is going to be Lee County and Collier County. I combined them into one because they're kind of right there next to each other. They total about 1.2 million together. Overall, I think it's going to be the highest income out of all the different counties, these big counties. Diversity, they are not diverse at all. One of the lowest diversity scores, maybe the lowest out of these big counties. Crime, the lowest crime number out of all of them. So very low crime. It's right there on the water, right there next to the beach. Higher education on average down there too. A lot of home ownership. A lot of homes for sale too down there. But also one of the highest price points as well too. So if somebody has a lot of cash, they want to be, in a more chill area where people are not on top of each other as much as in Miami. This is going to be on the western side of the southern tip of Florida, so about 2 hours away from Miami. Miami's going to be on the eastern side. The Southwest is going to be a great place to be able to be at. Overall, if you scroll back up to the top, Florida is going to be, it's compared to the rest of the U.S., it's a diverse place with lower than average income. It's going to have slightly higher age and slightly lower price point when it comes to their home. They're about 20K less in the U.S. when it comes to their homes. Overall, great place to live, in my opinion. Have a great day.